Hello, my name is Angela, and thank you so much for joining me on my next video. And this video, I want to share a little bit of information about how important is forgiveness. Now, if you are an empathetic person, then forgiving is pretty natural for you. And people, especially if you're somebody with a religious background like my family is, then you're constantly living with you must forgive, 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 and then they quote the Bible, and the problem is people get forgiveness out of order. Okay, that's my opinion. Forgiveness is out of order. The first person you should forgive is yourself. Okay, and that's where a lot of the foundation needs to be laid in recovering from a traumatic abuse, is forgiving yourself. All right. You can write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for being naive. You can forgive yourself for being innocent. You forgive yourself for being kind and empathic and trying to help people. You forgive yourself for all kinds of things. All right. But that's really important to do when you're starting off on the recovery journey, is learning to forgive yourself. Okay. When it comes to forgiving them, they're not deserving of your forgiveness just yet. Okay, you could forgive them if you wish. I pretty much have forgiven my ex. Every once in a while I get twinged, but it can be normal. But you don't have to be, this perfect person who forgives and forgets. Whoever said that is a flipping idiot, because it's really difficult to forget, especially when you're on the journey to recovery. Okay, so please be quick to forgive yourself. And it takes time. You have to constantly remind yourself, I forgive myself, I forgive myself, because it's not one time and you're done. You're going to have to repeatedly forgive yourself. All right. And one of the reasons why you may feel like you're battering yourself with negative self-talk is because you've been so conditioned to be subservient to the narc's needs and desires, that emotional vampirism that we're all familiar with. And being an empath, you want to give, give, give. And a part of the recovery journey is taking that power back. Forgive yourself. Let them, put them on the shelf someplace as best you can, and work on yourself, right? And again, repetition is the key. This is not an overnight, you know, one, one shot. And, next lesson, it's going to be a lesson you have to keep repeating to yourself again and again until it finally sinks in. Okay? That is the part of loving yourself. That is the part of recovery. That is the part of putting yourself first in your life. There is nothing selfish about putting yourself first. All right? You have to have self-care before you can care for others. The problem that you're experiencing, excuse me, is that you've been caring for everyone else, especially the narc who demands all that attention, instead of lavishing love on yourself. Okay, so my takeaway for this video is to lavish love on yourself. And it could be anything. It could be something as simple as, taking a nice long hot bath. It could be, stopping to buy flowers for yourself. It can be, you know, going to bed a little early and just sitting in bed and reading a book. It could be anything from, taking a walk around the block. It can be petting your dog or cat, or, sitting quietly and just having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Those little things are little drops in the bucket of self-love, okay? Instead of running and taking care of everybody else that we've become accustomed to because of what we've experienced, we have to start reclaiming the love to ourselves. So I would like for you to try this little exercise. I want you to sit down, give me, a few things. Sit down and write some of the things you like to do, and then see how you can make a treat out of it. I like coffee. One of my favorite things to do is take a cup of coffee and go sit under a tree while it's warm, wherever you are, and just enjoy silence with a cup of coffee and just have that self-reflection and moment to myself. So find something that you love to do. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic affair. Just take a few minutes out for yourself, okay? Love on yourself a little bit. And you could save the forgiveness of them for another time. Like way down the road, okay? Focus on yourself. All right, take care.